everyone. Move it, move it, move it. Hey, you there, pick up the pace. You're falling behind. Come on, let's go. Everyone, pull together. We've got a rescue on our hands. You there. Here we go.
Nuri tuna. Wimpo. Okey, pivotara. Pomelo?
Hi, Assalamualaikum. Welcome to week 8. So today we are going to cover the topic 3, which is leadership and management in schools. So I would like to introduce the group members for this group. So the first presenter is Mahani binti Abdul Wahab and Nur Safira Nazila binti Muhammad Hanafi as the second presenter, and the third presenter is Nur Alia Yohanis binti Akhiruddin, Siti Nurul Fatihah binti Muhammad Anwar as the fourth presenter, and the last presenter is Intan Liana binti Muhammad Rapino. So this is the content for this topic, which is the first one is introduction, the second one is the difference between leadership. There's 3 leadership, and the third one is novice teacher, which is issues and challenge. The fourth one is school management. The fifth one is the importance of leadership, and the last one is conclusion.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Mahani binti Abdul Wahab. Today, me and my group members will present about the leadership and management in school. Without wasting our time, let's go straight to our main point about what is leadership. The meaning of the leadership is the action of leading a group towards common goal. For example, that we can see in the school is the principal. Principal considered as the leader, and he or she bring a lot of changes to the school itself, so that the school's success as well as the student performance will increase. The leaders need to be knowledgeable and to make sure they will lead their management well and meeting their goals at the end. So what is management is about and how it is different with leadership. Management is a process of dealing with or controlling people or things. In other words, management helps the leader in solving the issue or problem that the way school face, like classroom instruction and student achievement. Management also provides system to smooth day-to-day running of the school. Management will provide everything to the school benefit, following with the school instruction. But looking at the job requirement, many of us are confused about leader and manager. But for sure, not all the managers can be leader, but all the leaders can be managers. The other example that we can see is looking at the school as an organization. According to the system, the principal will be agreed as the person to become a leader and the chief of administrator of the school. Teacher, parent, alumni and community members can serve as manager in the management community and participate in decision making of the school as well, help the school success. Leader and management, both of them are in the item they are essential element of organization to achieve funds of achievement, and it also need to complement each other toward making success. Okay, to give all of you a better understanding and idea of this topic, let's take a look at the difference between leadership and management in detail. A leader is different because the fact is not everyone can become a good leader. Many can become a leader, but a good leadership comes from people who is born naturally to be a leader or have inspiration to be a leader. Experience a leader role, and a leader is someone that requires a skill set of a good leader. A leader must have a good responsibility attitude as well as high in personality appearance to charm people around them. Leadership means that the leader can lead their management and show them a direction to the common goals. Leader also need to have forward thinking skills to predict what will happen and to produce new changes in an organization, and also to make the organization always grow and success in the future. Leadership skills include to make people being motivated as well as bring a good influence toward people. In fact, I would like to inform that leaders do not necessarily an authority position. In fact, they can be anyone, even a regular teacher also can be a leader as well, as they are good enough and trustworthy. Let's move to the management and what made management different between leadership. As I said above, management is the process of dealing with or controlling people. In the school organization, they will do an administrator jobs like planning, organizing, controlling, directing, as well as they also have leaders in solving problems. This is very important in management to determine success of an organization. Management different between a leadership because they do not have to use their brain or their mind. They only follow their duties and instruction that being given by the leaders.
Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Nur Safira Nazila and I will explain for what is the three effective leadership styles in education, which is first instructional leadership, second transactional leadership, and third transformational leadership. We will go through one by one for these three effective leadership styles in education. First, we will take a look for instructional leadership. What is instructional leadership? Instructional leadership involves setting clear goals, managing curriculum, monitoring lesson plans, allocating resources, and evaluating teachers regularly to promote student learning and growth. According to Richard DeFore, attention has shifted from teaching to learning, and some has proposed the term learning leader over instructional leader. Why, according to Blaze and Blaze 2000, he expressed instructional leadership in specific behaviors such as making suggestions, giving feedback, modeling effective instruction, soliciting opinions, supporting collaborations, providing professional development opportunities, and giving praise for effective teaching. An example for instructional leadership is leader advocates for effective teaching by providing clarity and support for teachers as well as procuring the necessary resources to maximize teaching effectiveness. Next, we will take a look for what is the characteristics of good instructional leader. First, knowledge. Knowledge includes awareness of change management theory, insight into personal capabilities, knowing when to get help from outside resources, and staying involved with other leaders of educational advancement. Second, confidence. Good instructional leaders drive interpersonal relations, communications, planning, decision-making, and conflict management. And third, enthusiasm. Enthusiasm includes the ability to bring all stakeholders together to act. We move to the second leadership style in education, which is transactional leadership. What is transactional leadership? we will go through one by one for the definitions of transactional leadership. First, transactional leadership is defined as the influence of a leader towards his subordinates using rewards and punishment as a form of motivational medium. Second, in transactional leadership, the leader has the right to punish his or her subordinates if their performance is not according to the predetermined standard. Third, transactional leadership also known as managerial leadership. And last, transactional leadership style is the leader promotes compliance of his or her followers through both, which is rewards and punishment. Next, we will take a look for the characteristics and advantages of transactional leadership. For the characteristic, transactional leadership is a passive. Second, the leader is willing to work within existing systems and negotiate to attain goals of the organization, which is they tend to think inside the box when solving problems. Third, rewards and punishments, and fourth, directive and actions oriented. While for the advantages, first, transactional leadership is based on rewards and incentive. Second, structure is clear. Third, short-term goals, and fourth, control rewards. Last but not least, we move to the third leadership styles in education, which is transformational leadership. What is the definitions of transformational leadership? According to Bass and Riggio, 2006, transformational leaders stimulate and inspire their followers to achieve extraordinary outcomes and, in the process, develop their followers' own leadership capacity. These leaders help followers to grow and develop by responding to followers' individual needs by empowering them and aligning the objectives and goals of their individual followers, the leaders, the group, and also the larger organization. Next, we will take a look for the assumption, theories, and also transformational leaders' goal. For the assumption, first, people will follow a leader who inspires them. Second, people with visions and passion can achieve great things. And third, energy and enthusiasm are the tonics that get things done. For the theories of transformational leadership, according to James McGregor Burns, 1978, leaders and followers meet each other to advance to higher levels of morals and motivation. Through the strengths of their visions and personality, transformational leaders are able to inspire followers to change expectations, perceptions, and motivations to work towards common goals. Transformational leaders' goal is to inspire followers to share the leader's value and connect with the leader's vision. An example for transformational leadership is the leaders instill trust, admiration, loyalty, and respect, which inspires future motivation, morals, and performance. Next, we will take a look for the characteristic of transformational leadership, which is 4 I's. First I, idealize influence. Leaders serve as an ideal role model for followers, encourage them, and also show respect, attention, and consideration towards the follower. Second I is inspirational motivation. Transformational leaders have the ability to inspire and motivate the followers. Third I, individualized consideration. Transformational leaders demonstrate genuine concerns for the needs and feelings of followers, which brings out the best efforts from each individual. And the last I is intellectual stimulation. Transformational leaders challenge the followers to be creative and innovative. Next, we will take a look for the differences between transactional leadership and transformational leadership. First point, for the transactional leadership, the employees achieve objectives through rewards and punishment, which is set by the leaders, while for the transformational leadership, the employees achieve objectives through higher ideals and moral values. Second point, for transactional leadership, the leaders motivate followers by appealing to their own self-interest, while for the transformational leadership, the leaders motivate followers by encouraging them to put group interest first. Third point, for the differences between transactional leadership and transformational leadership is, for transactional leadership, the leadership is responsive and its basic orientation is dealing with present issues, while for the transformational leadership, the leadership is proactive and forms new expectations in followers. And the last point, for transactional leadership, the leaders work within the organizational culture, while for the transformational leadership, the leaders work to change the organizational culture by implementing new ideas. Before I pass to the next presenter, I had one quote to share with all of you, which is from the unidentified person. We or she said true leaders always practice the 3 R, which is respect for self, respect for others, and responsibility for all their actions. That's all from me. Thank you.
Hai, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Noelia Yohanis binti Akhiruddin. I am as the third presenter for this group. So I'm going to elaborate about the issues and challenge faced by the novice teacher. So what is novice? What is the definition of novice? So novice actually is refer a person new to and inexperienced in a job or situation, which is similar to as a beginner or learner and a newcomer. So that is the meaning of novice. Okay, so we already know about the meaning of novice, the definition of novice. So move to the next, which is novice teachers. You guys must be wondering, right? Who is novice teacher and who could be the novice teacher? So here, novice teacher is a teacher who is new in the teaching career that face many challenges during the early years of teaching. Then, as a teacher's first year on the job is often difficult. Well, I said before, novice teacher is basically face many challenges. So, novice teachers is basically experience an intricate transition from the teacher education institution to life in the real classroom. So we move to issues and challenge faced by the novice teachers. There are 3 issues and challenges faced by the novice teachers. The first one is struggling with classroom management. The second one is burdened by curricular freedom, and the third one is sinking in unsupportive environment. So the biggest challenge that surfaced for the new teacher is classroom management. So a 2004 public agenda survey found that 85% of teachers believe new teachers are particularly unprepared for dealing with behavior problems in their classrooms. So, at many beginning, teachers say that their pre-service program did little prepare for the realities of classroom, including dealing with unruly students. Unruly students meaning that the real situation or the real behavior of students. So, the classroom management difficulties can prompt new teachers to discard many of the research-based teaching methods that they have learned in college, such as cooperative learning and also project-based learning. So, we move to the next point, which is the second point, burdened by curricular freedom. So, curricular freedom might be welcomed by the veteran teachers, but it might be a burden for new teachers. So, this is because they are not yet developed a robust repertoire of lesson ideas or knowledge of what will work in their classroom. So, new teachers commonly lack of guidance and resources for lesson and unit planning. And there are some schools or districts provided them with few or little, and also there's no instructional resources such as lesson plans for new teachers. Then novice teachers basically struggling spending their 10 to 12 hours a day to balancing lesson planning, marking, and the myriad demands of paperwork, committees, and extracurricular assignments. So we move to the last point, which is sinking in unsupportive environment. Okay, so many first-year teachers experience frequently surfaces as another significant challenge. This means that new teachers often have difficult interactions with their colleagues and also school administrators. And not to forget, there also lack of cooperation or even hospitality from veteran teachers. And as a novice teachers or new teachers, rarely receive a meaningful feedback on their teaching from experienced colleagues and also school administrators. Okay, there are 6 recommendations or suggestions to help these novice teachers issues. So the first one is teachers need to use their teaching materials with diversely, which means need to use their teaching material as much as they can. The second one is communicate with those in charge if the teacher have any problem in their teaching and learning process. The third one is as a teacher need to have a proper planning for their teaching lesson. And next is as a school administrators can provide any mentoring and guidance program. Next one is as a teacher need to schedule common planning periods to plan lessons with their colleagues. And the last one is school can reduce new teachers' workloads by providing an aid in the classroom or fewer preparations. So this suggestion can help teacher to face their challenge during teaching career. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Siti Nur Fatihah binti Mama Anwar. So now we're going to talk about the challenges and the solutions for this topic. My first point for challenges is paperwork. I would say almost every aspect of dealing with an educational institution that involving this kind of paperwork. For instance, fees, attendance, academic performance, staff records, and other tasks. As we know, paperwork is taking a long time to finish, and it is indeed a complicated task. Okay, for the solutions, we can use the technology. The school administrative staff has to find a way to manage this data in a way that it is easily to track. So when the information is needed, so it can easily find it. And also, I believe it also saves a lot of time and makes the job easier for the staff. And for instance, we can use technology-based school management software. Okay, for second point of challenges, which is designing the curriculum. When it comes to designing, it sounds very hard, and also it takes a long time to finish. It takes a long time to design a curriculum, which is very detailed and covers most of the bases. So this one also is a critical task. So for the solution, by using technology, as we know, curriculum mapping software can give the tools that we need to carry out changes to the way we have designed. For example, we have designed our syllabus and curriculum. By that, we can create a sort of education that is customized and result-oriented, so that learning outcomes can be improved. Though with this way, students can also develop the skills and capabilities that are needed for them in order to produce good results. For third challenges of this topic is classroom management. Classroom management is not as simple as keeping class in control. It is about teacher required to ensure that their teaching strategies can keep students of different learning styles and behavior from getting distracted, focused, interrupted in the classroom, and are indeed learning, not only merely listening to a teacher. So for the solution, teacher must move around in the classroom. Most of the teachers stand at the front of the room without even moving their position. So I think it would be good if we walk while we're teaching, because it's not only a different approach of teaching, but also have to keep an eye what the students are doing. Okay, for the fourth point of these challenges, which is evaluating teachers, an important part of operating a school is keeping a track of how well the teachers are doing and evaluating how effective they are being in their work. So with proper evaluation of teachers, a school can improve to a significant extent as well. So for the solution, we can use the same concept as institute, which is they are using polling feature, which they evaluate their lecturers' performance by sharing an online survey with students, and based on their feedback, they plan for training program which can help in improving teaching skill, which is, for example, we have entrance survey and also exit survey. I believe that is an online survey to give a feedback towards our lecture performance and also to our subject and course itself. Okay, for the last challenges for this topic is collaboration and communication. So most schools suffer this day because there is no good platform to help the various stakeholders such as student, staff, teachers, administrator to communicate properly. So for the solution, an inbuilt messaging system helps to handling the communication among all the stakeholders. So with this, admin can send instant alert to parents or students about an upcoming event or classes, and also parents can privately communicate with teacher about their children. So this make the whole communication is safe and secure. So thank you, that's all from me now.
Thank you to the previous presenter for the explanation. Next, we move to the next topic, which is the importance of leadership and management in school. Okay, the importance of leadership in school, we have 3 points, which is the first, link school to their environments. As a leadership, they need to lead out there beyond the school as well as within it in order to influence the environment that influences their own work with students. In small towns and rural areas, school leaders have traditionally stood among the most important leaders in the communities. While it may be argued that urbanization and immigration and school size have weakened school community ties, this and other pressure on school structure have at the same time contribute to make the community responsibility of school leader even more important today. Okay, next, bridges educational policy and practice. School leadership also plays a major role in education reforms. Much has been written about top-down versus bottom-up strategies for school improvement, and there is widespread agreements that the two need to be combined and synchronized. It is by Hopkins, Moons, and Huber. While higher levels of the educational system can provide policy directions for schools, their success of the depends on the motivations and actions of leaders at the school level. Okay. Third point is contribute to improve student learning. There is increasing evidence that within each individual school leaders can contribute to improve student learning by shaping the conditions and climates in which teaching and learning occur. A large body of research on school effectiveness and improvement from a wide range of countries and school contexts has consistently highlight the pivotal role of school leadership in making school more effective. An important finding emerging from the research is that the relationship between school leadership and student learning is mostly indirect. A school leader works mainly outside classroom. Their impact on student learning is largely mediated through other pupil, events and organization factors such as teacher, classroom practice and school climates. Let's move into the importance of management in school. We have 4 points, which is the first is help in decision making, problem solving, communication, and managing information and building effective teams. Second, helps in planning of co-curriculum activities, academic and preparation of the timetable. Third is help in the maintenance of school records, evaluating student achievement. Lastly is financing and budgeting of the institutions. As you know, management is important in school, which is when we manage the school, we will easy to achieve the vision and mission and goals of the school.
Okay, we will proceed to the next topic, which is the effective of leadership and management in school.
Next, the effective leadership in school. First, driving school management. Leaders in school use a range of data management methods and technologies to manage school staff and resources efficiently. They work with team members to ensure efficient operations while also liaising with school boards, governing bodies, and parent cohorts. Driving school management involves the responsibility of connecting the school's vision and values with everyday operations to ensure the best learning outcome for students. Leaders need to create strategic plans based on consultation with staff, students, parents, and outside influences. Engaging and working with the community. A key focus that school leaders need to have is engaging with their wider community. Schools are often comprised of a mixture of students from different cultural, linguistic, and spiritual backgrounds. Effective leaders must interact with and celebrate the diversity of the community, ensuring everyone is made to feel included. For students, parents, and cares to other schools within the education system, leaders need to foster good relationship and build a strong partnership to ensure positive outcomes are achieved across the sector. Next, promoting positive change in school environments. With the education space evolving rapidly, it's essential for leaders in school to be open to innovation and change and to drive new initiatives in the school environments. The change should remain consistent with the school's value and goal, while generally working towards the improvement of student outcome. Leaders in school should ensure that a culture of research, innovation, creativity is at the heart of the organization and should seek regular feedback and data on student performance relating to change. Next, leading through teaching and learning. For a school leader To be successful in their role, they need to lead the way in driving teaching and learning outcomes first and foremost. This involves setting expectation about the school's learning practice and ensuring the organization's values and behavior underpin a focus on improving student success. Good leadership should always seek to innovate in the field of education, keeping up to date with the latest developments while also seeking feedback from school staff and students. Importantly, school leaders should encourage the continuous learning and development of teaching staff so that the educational methods are informed by current industry practice. Beyond their own school, leaders should encourage collaboration and partnership with others education provides, resulting in broader impact on the education system. Lastly, developing self and others. Good school leadership should have a strong focus on continued professional development. This starts with leaders growing their own skills and knowledge through a commitment to professional development and professional health and well-being. It should also promote the development of others teaching staff. Leaders within schools should work with staff to understand their personal development needs and skills, as well as knowledge gaps. This can help to create a culture of empowered, self-directed learning and responsibility, leading by example to demonstrate how schooling staff can improve their teaching capacity. Next, we move to the effective management in school. First, planning. The school manager prepare a plan that will embrace the subjects in the school curriculum, the number of students, the number of classes, the number and qualification of teachers to teach the various subjects, as well as the instructional materials that will be required for effective teaching. He requests for personnel ahead of time and ensure that the timetable for instruction is prepared in such a way that clash are avoided. Next is organizing. The school manager organizes both the human and material resource. He organizes the work in the school into units, with each unit managed by a specialist. He assigns tasks to the administrative staff and also organizes instructional material that are necessary to enhance student learning. Next, we move to controlling. Controlling is the means by which the manager sees the things are done according to laid down rules and regulations. In the school, the manager has to ensure that teacher performs their duties are required, which can be done through effective supervision, making corrections when necessary. Lastly is directing. The school manager is expected to provide effective leadership. He accomplishes their task by stimulating his staff to perform and guiding them as to what to do. He also guides the performance of the student by telling them what to do and a daily basis through announcement at school assemblies.
So the conclusion that we have made is where the leadership and management in school system play a main role. Practicing a management and leadership qualities give a good result in processing to achieve a goal. It was directly related to the development as a bears positive change to move forward and internal development of human system. So then it must necessarily be planned, organized, controlled and lead to goal. All parties need to use some experience, skills and their knowledge, but change happen when made a transformational changes by changing something completely. That's all from us. Thank you for listening and watching our presentation.